I'm officially moved in, but my new sewing room is just complete chaos. I'm not even sure where my sewing machine is. So as much as I'd like to do some sewing today, I think it's gonna have to wait a little while. So instead, I thought today we could do something a little different. I'm going to take you on a tour of my 5 favorite places to find free quilting patterns. I love free. Free is good. Before we get started, I just want to share a couple quick tips for new quilters. First of all, if you see a pattern you like, download it right now, right away, because you never know if you'll be able to find it again or if it might be removed from the site. You just don't know. So download them right away and put them in an easy to find folder. Also, it should go without saying, but only download from trustworthy sites. A free quilt pattern is not worth a virus or whatever you might get at a sketchy place. Next up, don't be put off by the colors in a pattern. Okay, this is something that used to trip me up when I was a new quilter, so just try to focus on the quilt details and construction. Don't pass up a great quilt pattern because you don't like the colors. How we each use colors in our quilts is what separates us from all the other quilters making the exact same pattern. It's how we inject ourselves in the creative process. And lastly, this isn't a hint, it's more of a suggestion. If you're going to use any of these free patterns, pay it forward. And by pay it forward, I mean buy some fabric or notions from the quilt shop. If that's not in the budget, leave some friendly words on their social media or leave a nice review. Reach out to designers, maybe tag them in a picture of your finished quilt top, that sort of thing. It could also be as simple as recommending them to friends and family. I just think it's nice to try to pay it forward, even if it's just a nice word or just some simple acknowledgement. Okay, those are all my tips and suggestions, so let's get to the good stuff. Let's get started with Tildas World. This one is a relatively new one for me. I found a Tildas World book at my library a couple months ago, and that led me to their website. Tildas World is a fun and whimsical fabric brand based in Europe, and they've published several books, and they have an entire page of patterns on their website. You'll find quilts, pillows, toys, pincushions. There's just a bunch. I love the windflower quilt. It looks challenging and unique, and I think it would be a really great scrap quilt. I haven't looked at the pattern very closely, but I think there might be some Y seams in there. I also like the cute little snowman in this quilt. I think I see a wintry mini quilt in my future, maybe? While you're here, I recommend you check out their catalogs for some inspiration and whimsy. They do some really great stuff. By the way, I'm going to leave links for all of these websites and patterns in the comments below. So stick around for the rest of this video and then go crazy, go explore. There's a lot of good stuff. Okay, let's move on to art gallery fabrics. There's so much to see here. In addition to 12 full pages of quilt patterns, they have a ton of free sewing patterns and a selection of what they call quilters' cheat sheets. When I was browsing recently, I found several curvy quilts here that I want to highlight. There's Damas, I don't know. Then Petal Trails and Camellia. If curves aren't your thing, check out Mad Crosser, Luminance, or Kindred Souls. Next up is Riley Blake. You'll notice that several of their patterns are dependent on buying their specialty panels. They are a fabric company, so, they're trying to make a living, and no one can fault them for that. I just want you to keep your eyes peeled. You'll also find sew-along guides. They are not patterns. So if you see some of those Lori Holt sew-along guides, don't get your hopes up. It's just helping you get organized for that specific sew-along. But it is not a pattern. I've made that mistake a couple times. But if you're careful to read the descriptions, unlike me, you can find some great quilt patterns mixed in. I like blue cheese, the quilt, not the dressing. Ugh. And Tiptoe Through the Tulips looks like a great free applique quilt. I also like to browse their upcoming fabric collections while I'm here. I definitely need some of the fabrics from the Little Women collection by Jill Howarth. Unfortunately, it's not coming out until next year. If you're liking this video, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me and it helps me get inspired to make more videos. Okay, let's get back to the free quilt patterns. Okay, we've almost gotten to my absolute favorite, but first we're going to take a detour to connecting threads. There is so much to choose from here, but you're going to have to do a little digging. The site can feel a little bit clunky at times, and some of the patterns feel a little old-fashioned, but there are some real gems mixed in here. I like Blue Persuasion and Diamond Triple Ring. It's an English paper piecing pattern. Okay, it's finally time for my absolute favorite site for free patterns, the Fat Quarter Shop. It has an enormous catalog and is really easy to search. They even have patterns sorted by skill level, pre-cuts, fabric manufacturer. I definitely recommend Moda and Free Spirit, by the way. You can even just search your favorite quilt designer plus the words free quilt pattern and see what pops up. Or maybe search by quilt feature or genre. And as you browse, you might also stumble upon cross-stitch patterns, clothing patterns. There really is so much here, so check it out. I like Good Morning Sunshine, Basic Mixology, Crazy Labyrinth, Outside the Lines, and Checkmate. And if you want more free patterns, I recommend you go to the personal sites of your favorite pattern designers or fabric designers and look around for a free stuff page. So, did I miss anything? Where is your favorite place to find free patterns? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again soon.